I'm Sergeant First Class Brent Powell with the 76th Operational Response Command. Today I'm in Ogden, Utah at the Western Regional Training Center, where we have about 100 Army Reserve soldiers here to do a 4-day collective training exercise. Since the COVID-19 pandemic first started earlier in the year, collective training across the Army Reserve has either came to a grinding halt or has been downsized considerably. Our command, along with many commands across the Army Reserve, are striving to get back to those collective training events. This is one of the first of the collective training events we've done since the COVID-19 pandemic started. Let's go take a look behind the scenes and see what our command is doing to keep our soldiers safe from COVID-19. As soldiers begin arriving at the training site, the first thing they must do is fill out a COVID-19 questionnaire. The questionnaire asks a variety of COVID-19 questions relating to the soldiers' overall health and well-being, as well as their possible contact with someone who may have contracted the virus. If the soldier's response to the questions is negative, they then have their temperature taken and are given a sticker to wear on their uniform that signifies they have been medically cleared to be in the training area. Due to the extreme cold weather at the training site, soldiers had a difficult time getting an accurate reading from the thermometers. Ideally, thermometers are placed 1 to 2 inches from the forehead. If a soldier has had possible contact with someone with COVID-19 or they are experiencing symptoms themselves, they first have their temperature checked and are then taken to a quarantine area to be further evaluated by the division surgeon. Originally, the quarantine area was set up inside the building, but upon further evaluation, it was moved outside to increase soldier safety and further mitigate the COVID-19 risk. The next step in the process was having soldiers attend a safety brief to learn more about conducting training safely in a COVID-19 environment. During the briefing, Major General Miles Davis, the commanding general of the 76th Operational Response Command, made sure to emphasize the importance of maintaining readiness despite the threat of COVID-19.
This is all about how we get back to training. Our nation needs our Army to be able to maintain its readiness. It is a constant balance between risk to mission and risk to force. Everything we're talking about here is about doing planning and coordination in detail and disciplined execution. There are things we do to mitigate risk, and COVID is a risk. And what I need you to do is to get in the mindset, we are the CBRN proponent of the Army Reserve. We should be, without question, the best at managing this. Treat it just like it is any other thing that you run into with CBRN. All right, any other contamination. There's nobody in this formation who knows how to do it better than you do. Think about COVID that way.
Major General Davis also talked about the importance of mitigating COVID-19 risk as soldiers and citizens in the community.
We're not just thinking about how do I keep myself safe, it's how do I keep you safe, and how do we keep our community safe, all right? This is about a big picture look at how we do things and the impacts of what we do. When we do training, we're increasing risk, right? So we mitigate risk, exactly what Mr. Hanna is talking about doing these things. But I want you to think about it's not only the risk to you, to me, to you, but it's to the communities around us as well, all right? So we just got to think through those things, think from that perspective.
Reporting from the Western Regional Training Center in Ogden, Utah, I'm Sergeant First Class Brent Powell.